Welcome back to the Inner Alchemist TV. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look at my girl, Miss Nene Leaks. Before we get started, please like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you have your notification bells on. I'm doing a Nene Leaks spread. I know that she had a recent breakup with her boyfriend. I don't even know his name. But I didn't even look into him. I didn't look into him at all. I didn't look into this as a relationship spread, excuse me. I just did it as like a full workup on Nene Leaks herself. The same way I kind of did Melody Hope. That business, that reading that you guys are still giving me the business about. Listen, TV is only a snippet of somebody's life. You know what I mean? And as much as you endear yourself to people, as much as you feel like you've been invited into their homes, into their lives, into their families, you have to keep an open mind. You don't know these people. You don't. And I see that a lot of people are emotionally attached to characters that we see on television. And we have to realize that this is a production. These are storylines. The tarot could also be viewed as a storyline. You know what I mean? So I say that to say, even though we're doing tarot readings on celebrities as entertainment, there's always some type of reflection or takeaway that you could take for yourself to make the most use of your time. But if you see this as purely something to emotionally attach yourself to, then I would take a look at what you might be avoiding in your own real life. You know what I mean? Or what feelings or emotions that you're not trying to attach to that actually belong to you and that are real, and why you are kind of like living through or living with celebrities, because it's not real. It's not real, right? But anyways, didn't mean to cross energies, but I did want to say that because I think it's necessary, right? All right, so listen, let's get started on Miss Nene Leaks from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, as well as many other successful endeavors. So Nene, I ain't gonna lie to you, Nene is having a little bit of a time right now. And we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it, right? So the Judgment card is here. You know, the Judgment is about paying for what's been done. You know what I mean? Or also having what has been done paid back to you. But the good thing about the Judgment card is that it gives you a chance to wipe the slate clean and you start new and fresh. The price has been paid, right? And now we can move forward. And in this case, this could be about something legal that's been going on with Nene. She could be tied up in some type of court case that has been maybe like the bane of her existence. But it looks like that fight is coming to an end, and there's a possible victory there. If she didn't win, she didn't lose. You know what I mean? So if nothing else, it could have been like a breaking even type of thing, right? So now I show that she's wrapping that cycle up and moving forward to something new, right? Now there are some changes that need to be made, and we don't want to let our pride get in the way of making changes, right? But I show that Nene she's feeling happy, but more so she's saying that she's happy. She's gathering with friends or has people around her, and she's portraying a sense of happiness, but I don't know if it's all that deep because of the surrounding cards, or it could just be something that's temporary, or fleeting. Let me turn this music down just a little bit. Okay. But yeah, like I said, new things are coming. I'm also showing there's a need of Nene Leaks to look into a new direction. It looks like she's kind of been barking up the same tree over and over again. And with this fresh start and with this closing out of a particular cycle, it's time to start barking up a new tree. It really is, right? There's some disappointments that Nene is thinking about. I think they are in regards to a love situation. It's not heavy on the mind, but the love situation, I'm going to get into that because it did come up a little bit. But there is a bitterness attached to the breakdown of that. There's a lot of mental anguish or pain that she went through, and I've also been giving her some physical pains in the body. You know what I mean? I'm showing that she may be having, like, I don't know, back pain, lower back pain, maybe even some pain in her legs a little bit. And I feel like she's kind of getting desperate to get some type of relief. But this pain could also be of a mental nature. You know what I mean? It's like something that's heavy on her mind and it's coming out as pain in the body. So we call that what? We call that stress, right? Now, in the recent past, I show that there is some anxiety. There is some sleepless nights. You know, again, we also know that Nene could possibly be in a grief cycle. She just lost her husband, right? But there's some nightmares. There's some stress indicated with this situation. And like I said, I feel like it may have to do with the love situation, but I also feel like these late at night, up night dreams, up night nightmares, it could have her calling for a higher guardian or power to look over her or be protecting her while she's having these feelings. You know what I mean? I show that there was sort of like a mental depression, you know what I mean, that's attempted to being ward off, but it's something that came on anyway. And really is through disappointment, I think, in a love relationship. It's almost like the success of a relationship warded off some of this process, but with the disappointment of the relationship, it exacerbated everything, right? Like when I was raising my kids, when I was going through a single motherhood period, right? I felt lonely at times, but for the most part, I was good. I was happy. I was saying I was good. But if something happened, like I remember one morning my car got stolen, it exacerbates the loneliness that you suppress in the interest of moving forward with life. You know what I mean? So when you find yourself alone and you're back against the wall, it exacerbates negative feelings that you know are there, but that you don't necessarily have to succumb to. But as soon as the bottom falls out, you succumb to all of that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. It's like something, it's not that something is distracting you, it's that something is allowing you to survive within your pain. But when that something is moved out of your way or causes you disappointment as well, you feel the full extent of your pain. So I show that she's recently been feeling the full extent of some type of pain, right? And again, she has some relief. Like we said, the Judgment card is here, which is the opportunity to close out. You know, things have to come to a head. You know what I mean? They do have to come to a head. And sometimes it takes a few cycles for that to happen. But once the things plateau, or I call it a plateau, some people call it rock bottom. But the point of the matter is you can either look at the cup half full or half empty. It's a plateau because you've reached the height of said emotion and now you can begin again. You know what I mean? Whereas to me, rock bottom implies that I lost. No, you didn't lose. You're winning, or you're going to win, right? You just maxed out that level, right? I show that Nene's about to come into some money. This is a gift from the divine. It's unexpected. It may be through this legal situation that we saw when we first opened up the reading. Like I said, this is not, it may not be like, you know, a exorbitant amount of money, but it is something that she doesn't necessarily expect. You know what I mean? So she's on her way, or the divine is orchestrating her to be on her way to the bag. Now listen, as an alchemist or inner alchemist, with money comes the responsibility to protect your money and also to change your relationship with money. So if I have a client, before we do money work, we do cleansing work, we do emotional healing work, and then we get to the bag, because those things block your money. You know, your relationship with money, how you think about money blocks your money. You know what I mean? So with that being said, she's going to have to need to protect that which is coming in, as it is unexpected. It's not something that she's budgeted. It's a gift. It's a gift. And I show that this gift is a reward for all that she's given to others as well. Now, I will tell you that one of the kids, I don't know, I feel like there's a secret pregnancy. I feel like one of her kids has gotten somebody pregnant, and this news is disappointing to Nene. or the situation is disappointing as well. I feel like she's just learning about this or going to learn about this or is learning about this through some type of letter or text message. In a way, it's exciting news. Um, but it's also disappointing type of news. You know what I mean? It's like a sense of like if your teenage daughter gets pregnant, like as a mother, you're like, oh, it's a baby. My baby's having a baby. I'm excited. But practically speaking, this is disappointing news. This is not what we want. This is not what we need by now. This is drama. And then I show that Nene is apprehensive about dealing with the mother or mothers of or pregnant women. She's apprehensive about dealing with pregnant women. And so that is playing into the sense of disappointment about this news. Now, the Empress card is here. I'm almost certain that this news is about a pregnancy. If not, it's just going to be some disappointing news that puts her in her feelings. You know what I mean? But more than likely, I'm seeing it as one of her children has a baby on the way, right? Now, in the near future, there's a guy here, and he is not a good person. You know what I mean? He's coming in as the Knight of Cups and the Devil. So this is a little bit more than a Casanova. You know how we use the term narcissistic abuse, and now it's just being overly used where every relationship doesn't work out. The person was a narcissist. Yeah. Listen, in our communities, a lot of people are narcissistic, have traits, right? But that's because they're usually abuse victims of narcissism, dealing with it in the household, in the family, in the streets, etc. A lot of that I don't really count as narcissism because I don't see the intent behind deceiving somebody. I see a lot of carelessness, recklessness, ignorance, impulsivity, inability to cope. I see a lot of that, but I don't see a lot of psychopathic tendencies. This person coming towards Nene is a psychopath. He is. I show that there's going to be an offer. You know what I mean? It looks like a love offer to me. It looks like somebody that's offering love. A younger person or a person that's a little bit younger than her. But this person has very nefarious intentions. But they make it sound so fucking good. You know what I mean? They make it look so fucking good. The way that they stand, it's like they have this unique combination of feminine and masculine energies, and it makes them so devastatingly attractive. You know what I mean? But this person is here to deliver you the L and nothing more. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of people may be warning you about this person or have warned you about this person, and she decided for herself she was not going to let the negativity from other people influence her. But in this case, they were right, or they will be right, because this is a future position. So if this has not happened, it's going to be happening or going to be coming out in the near future. I have the Moon card here. This is the Moon card is about secrets being unveiled when it's in reverse. So this is something that has already been brewing. You know what I mean? It just may or may not have all the way come to the surface, right? This is not going to be a situation that you want to dig your heels in and fight over. And I show that Nene is going to have this instinct or inclination to dig her heels in and fight over it, to join into the negativity and the toxicity of the situation, if for no other reason than to alleviate some of this other stress. You know what I mean? Or to get off some type of anger. Like when you're addicted to chaos, like when my mom passed, I was addicted to chaos. I thrived in that shit. But it was because I was not really trying to feel the opposite end of that. You know what I mean? And so I was comfortable with that. This is an energy of thriving in chaos or being addicted in chaos and emotional drama to avoid some other mental anguish or feeling. This is a negative alchemization of stress, right? This is going to have dire consequences because it involves the underestimating of this opponent. You see it as something young. You see it as something of a love game. It is not. This is a person with an evil intention. This is a person who is domestically violent, either physically or verbally so, or mentally so. This is a person that you are going to regret dealing with, and that is coming to be a part of your self-destructing or part of your unraveling, and something that you want to vehemently protect yourself against. I'm talking like she's right here. Listen, I assume all these people are watching the videos I'm doing them because that's what they should be doing, right? If the universe see it fit for them to do so, right? But this is a person who wants to have power over Nene, and they're going to use the power of love to get it. But this is not a good person and should be avoided, in my opinion, at all costs, right? Sometimes you just have to hold the L and pay it. Because with this Six of Pentacles here that we saw earlier when I was talking about her having some positive karma or going to be receiving money as a result of her having given in the past. She could have given to this person in the past. You know what I mean? And sometimes, listen, this is just my belief. You don't have to believe this. I believe that sometimes when people hold on to relationships, because she's holding on, knowing that this person is not a good person, I believe that people are holding on to their investments, not their love. You know what I mean? Because true love doesn't do a lot of fucked up shit in relationships. Fatal love does that, but true love does not. True love is about devotion and duty, and true love keeps on the mind of the person that you're in love with your happiness as a priority, your safety and your security as a priority. And if you don't feel that way, then that's not love that you're dealing with. You know what I mean? But instead of walking away from it, we cling to it because we over invested something. That could be energy, that could be money, that could be love, that could be attention, whatever your currency is. And then you hesitate to part from that investment, thinking that you're so stuck on the love. You know what I mean? And that's generating negative karma because it's not love. It's not love, but you're moving under the guise of love, contaminating the definition of love, the meaning of love, in something where love never resided. This is devil energy. Love does not live here. You know what I mean? This is something that she knew or got a glimpse of, but held on to. You know what I mean? And this set of cards is saying, hold the L before you end up in utter shame. Utter shame. Hold the L. You know what I mean? Tell yourself what you need to tell yourself, but hold the L, pay it, and move forward. Don't continue to invest trying to recoup an investment. You know what I mean? I've had to learn these lessons in my life, so I understand it. Hold the L. It's just what it is. Now, Nene has a fear of people smiling in her face and being fake, like a backstabber. My favorite rendition of backstabbers is the one by Junior Mafia. You know what I mean? But this is that. You know what I mean? She has a fear of people smiling in her face, and she's right. They are. There's people that are looking right in her face and smiling, and their words and actions are not in alignment. And she's going to need to pay attention to the company that she keeps. You know what I mean? These are people that are offering love, that are offering opportunities, that are saying they're pregnant. You know what I mean? This may or may not be the case, but these are people that are pretending. And she senses these people. She feels these people. But yet, I don't know if she's doing anything about it or she's just letting it play out. But these cards are a clear warning that you need to pay close attention. Close attention to your surroundings. Now, to close out the reading, I did just draw the death card just now when I was clarifying who are these smiling people. I could call them killers of souls. Tarot usually doesn't predict actual deaths. That's not what the death card is, although it could, but that's not what this is, right? This is more so change and transformation, right? But it's also saying that she needs to stop and think about some of her choices before she makes any decision. You know what I mean? And she needs to think about where she's at with it mentally, and think about the past mistakes and how all these things played out. Because now with this Judgment card, it's a reckoning. And the Judgment card is asking you to take a look at the totality. Weigh your heart against the feathers. Tell yourself the truth about X, Y, and Z, so that we can die to those old ways, thought forms, people in our lives, and start again. You know what I mean? Now, life cycles are every 7 years. I don't know how old Nene is, but if she's around the age of 56, then she's cycling up, right? 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. Look at your own life. And if you feel like you're in a heavy period of transition, ask yourself if you're cycling up, right? If you're in one of those 7 year gaps, right? If not, get ready because you will be soon, right? Anyways, the death card indicates the end of one thing and the beginning of something else. We saw new beginnings in the beginning of Nene's reading, right? But her new beginnings are asking her to look in a different direction, right? Look in a different direction. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the reading. Let me know what you think down in the comments. And I will see you soon for some more couples drama. Talk to you soon. Bye.